Hi folks, I'll do a quick video that I didn't think I needed to do necessarily, but obviously I do, so okay. Yeah. Right, let's explain the to be of, as in to be of God, or to be of the world, etc, etc. This should be a fairly quick video, I think. Right now in society, there are a lot of young people, men and women, who are of Instagram, Twitter, or what let's replace Twitter, Facebook, or whatever the other internet Snapchats and things like that are. But they're completely of that. They're obsessed by it. Their whole life depends on that. So right now, that's what they're of. Now that is of the world, so therefore Yeshua simply put everything under that banner of the world. So all of the ofs that are not of God are of the world. So, okay, why in videos would I say that some people are of church or some people are of the word? Well, because to a lot of believers, these people that are of church, these people that are of the word. Well, for example, and Manuel. I've spoken a lot about Manuel, who used to be the pastor of the Community Church of God. Manuel and my friend, we'll call him P, because my ex-friend, we'll call him P. So P and Manuel were very, very similar in who they were. They had both looked at and studied and brought the Greek Bible, the Hebrew Bible, the Aramaic, and the Latin, all of that. Because of the fact that to them they both understood being able to quote the word and being able to quote different versions of the word, like the Latin, the Greek, and people would be impressed. So, like P would always say, if you quoted, God has said, he would always say, well, if it's not in the word, it's not God. It can't be God. It has to be in the word. And yet he himself had no desire to live according to the word. Although he would speak as if he did. He would speak as if he was, Manuel the same. Manuel was someone who said anyone who went to the Community Church of God when he was there, Manuel would point out this is a teaching church. And yet he never taught anyone in that church to walk. It came to a head for me in that church when God had said to me he wants me to say something. And straight away I knew, my time in that church is going to end, because what you want me to say won't be accepted. They won't like it. And it was in a prayer meeting. And Manuel started praying and was praying that God would bless the hospitals and the GPs and help them to deal with COVID and cancer. I knew, okay, right. It's supposed to be us doing that. That's supposed to be, this is a Pentecostal church, right? The Community Church of God in Elgin, Scotland is a Pentecostal church. And it's given over to the world COVID and cancer. Right? Running away from the spiritual gifts that has been, that the reason for the Pentecostal church was created. Right? Giving it to the world, rather than teaching people how to walk. And I just pray that God will give us people that will teach us how to walk and not just talk. And of course Manuel got very offended by that, because he knew I was talking about him. Because again, he, like P, is very much a man who is of the word, knows that he can impress people with his knowledge of the word. Everything has to go back to the word. he would have people come to him with issues, and instead of actually using compassion and love, he would see that as an opportunity to impress, to quote a scripture. Yeah. So there you go, of the word. Of church, well, that's so many people who are in church who are completely and totally off church. When the most important thing in their life is church, where they do so much for church. And their church is their passion. They're serving the church, they're loving the church. They see somehow the church is God, even though it isn't. And but as I say, if you can be of Instagram, and you can be of Facebook, and you can be of all these things, if you can be of violence, if you're a violent human being, if you're in gangs, then you're of violence. Because violence is your passion. Violence is what you serve. It's a big part of who you are, of your identity and your nature. But anything that is not of God is technically of this world, because all those things are of this world. Let's say the reason why I said of church and of the word is because people in church would be very impressed with these people and would see that these people are of God, because you can't be of the world if you're church or the word. Well, actually you can, because if your nature and what drives you and your passion is not relationship with God, then you're not of God. You are of this world. Simple as that. And yet most people are in that situation. They are of this world. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's where they are right now. It doesn't mean that's where they're going to finish. So that's okay. Yeah. And one thing I will make something quite clear. I do not make videos for those who are of church, because they wouldn't understand. So I'm not talking to those who are of church, I'm talking to those who are of God. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because you're not of God. And again, that's not me saying what I'm saying to be right 100% of the time, because that's not true. It won't be. But generally speaking, if you're not understanding it, then it's because you're not of God. And that's the truth of the matter. So it doesn't mean that I've got to be perfect in everything I say. It doesn't mean I'm claiming that, because I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm claiming that everything I say will be of God. But when Yeshua said they are not of this world, it means that of this world is something that people are of. So being of Instagram, being of church, being of the word, being of Facebook, being of violence, being of sex, or being of money, it still means you're of the world. It's just a way of pinning it down so that people can understand it in a more precise manner. So there you go. You take care, God bless, I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy, have a fantastic weekend, and be a blessing. And be blessed. Bye bye.